got finished up in Harris, New York. Just this morning I did a couple of rekeys on stores. I guess people didn't show up to work yesterday, so they let some employees go, and I just did a big warehouse with a bunch of locks in it. And now we are headed to Monticello. We have to do an 11 Altima. I guess they have an emergency key. They need the prox done. Then from there we have to do a rekey in Monticello on a private house. Then to Woodridge we have to do the Veracruz. If you guys watch a couple of weeks ago we did the Veracruz, I think it was an 07. And the fob, the prox, transmits signal, but they took it to the dealer to find out why the car locks, unlocks, the rear hatch makes noise, blinks the lights, all of that stuff. The emergency button works, but the unlock doesn't work for the car, and the dealer is telling them, oh, you need a new key. But I checked the key and it's transmitting signal. So rather than paying the dealer's price, they brought it back, and I'm going to go program a key in there, even though I highly doubt it's the key. You never know. Stranger things have happened. And then after that, I have to do a 13 Chevy Equinox at the same place in Woodridge. And we should be done from there unless some other calls come in. It's already like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It took me a while in that warehouse. There's a lot of locks in there, a bunch of offices. But anyway, let's get rolling and we'll get this stuff done. Alright, so we're just pulling in on the Altima that we have to do. We'll be back with you here in a couple of minutes. Alright, we are in a 2011 Nissan Altima. They had an emergency key. I'm just doing the prox for this. I'm going to choose Nissan. Agree. Steering lock release. Mission is off. Yes, we want to bypass the pin. Success. Santa Claus is coming to town. Getting our 5 flashes right there. I'll show you again. Turn this on. Oops, I'm sorry. Turn this on. Now we're not going to get them because I hit it too many times. Okay, we can switch this off. Step on the brake. Start the car. If I didn't drop the key on the floor. Turn this off. Step on the brake. I'll put the key over there to show you. Okay, this car is done and in the books, and now we're moving on to the rekey. Alright, so we took care of the Altima, and now we are headed to this rekey. Actually, I got 2 other cars to do for them now. I have a Versa, and I also have, I forgot what the other one was, a Honda Accord for the kid. He wants to do an extra key. But anyway, let's get rolling to this rekey. This is like White Lake Monticello line, so it'll take us about 10 minutes to get over there. Anyway, I'll be back with you here shortly. Alright, so we're just pulling up to this house. We're going to rekey these couple of locks and we will be all set. Alright, and what we did here is just a basic Defiant rekey, 2 cylinders. Alright, so we keyed those 2 Defiant up, and now I got to shoot the Woodridge, and we're going to do those 2 cars. Be back with you when we pull in over there. Okay, so we are going to pull in here, and we're going to take care of the Veracruz and what is it? A Chevy Equinox. And I'll be right back with you. Alright, so here it is. Customer states the key fob won't unlock the vehicle. Check and advised. Ordered the customer a new one, and they will come back when it arrives. So let me show you this. I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to hit test frequency. Okay, we know we have unlock. Okay, this is the unlock button. This is lock. Lock. See the red light blinking? And I just want to show you. Let's go back. Give me 1 second. Test frequency. Alright, I'm going to hit the lock. Transmitting frequency. As you can see, I'll go back again. Test frequency. That's what it's transmitting. Unlock. Truck response. Lock. Transmitting frequency every time the megahertz change a little bit. So we're going to program in another one just to appease them, but I guarantee you this isn't the problem. Alright, going to use the IM508 on this. We're going to choose immobilizer. I already pulled the security code, the 6-digit security code out of this. Manual selection. America. Veracruz 7 to 13. This is a smart key. Yes. Hot function. I have the hazards on already. Smart key programming guided. Start. Yeah, we're going to erase everything. Key is in. You're going to enter 082438. 082438. Okay. That's correct. Yes, I want to program the first key. Not right now. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go unlock and lock. Truck still doesn't lock with the new key. I knew it wasn't a key problem. That works beautiful. Put this in, we'll shut the 4-ways off. We'll start it. Unlock beautiful. Still no lock. I knew it was transmitting. And you grab the other one off the roof, and I'm going to program that back in too. Okay, so this is the original. Nothing works. I'm going to plug this in. And hit start. Yes. Okay. Correct. Yes.
Yes, I'd like to program the first key again. This is the original we're putting in it now. Would you like to program the next one? Yes. Okay, so this is the other. I'm going to take this one out. That's the original. This one we're going to put in the ignition. Yes. Current keys 2. Okay. 2 keys successful. Okay. So now this unlock works. Lock still doesn't work. I grab the other one. Unlock. You can hear it. And lock. This key is good. Starts the car. It's the new one that I just added. Goes in and also starts the car. But as I said, unlock works. Lock still does not work. I absolutely knew. Unlock. Still no lock. And as the dealer states, a new one, and they will come back when it arrives for the key. So they were going to just order them a new key and do the exact same thing. And it still does not fix the problem with the car. The lock button does not work. And now we're going to move on to the Equinox. Alright, so this next car is actually a 2011 Equinox, and this key, even if you push the button, the blade is locked out rigid. So we're going to cut them this new one and program it in there. And again, in these Chevy keys, whenever you do these, or any of the laser cut keys, you got to make sure you clean this out real good. If not, you'll break a tracer trying to decode it. And the way to cut these is by vehicle. Chevrolet. Equinox comes up next. 10 to 20 Z. I'm going to hit decode. U1. Back this off. Let me use my other hand. Put that into about U1. It'll line it all up and everything for you. See, it slides it over and actually puts it exactly where it needs to be. Lock that down. Hit next. And it will start the decode process. Touches off to make sure the cutter's correct. And now it'll touch off to make sure that you put the key in the right position so that all the cuts will actually fit onto the key if you do go to cut it. And now it'll go in and decode everything. And decode complete. You hit OK. And it's Z5047 is the code number. Right, so now that you have the code number, you're going to hit next. It's going to tell you to insert the new key to roughly U1. Tighten that down. It'll align everything, raise it up and down. Close the shield, hit cut, and then this will just come in and touch off to make sure that you did everything correct and that it's 100% in the correct position. sure that the height is correct, and then I'll come in to make sure that the cutter is 100%. And that'll touch off at the end of the key to make sure that you slid it into the correct depth, or roughly the correct depth, and it'll adapt for that. And now it'll start cutting the key, and I'll be right back with you. And now that this is done cutting, you just have to brush this off really, really good. I brush that, loosen this, and then I brush it again just to make sure I get everything off of there. And we slip the other side in. Go to U1 roughly. Tighten that down. Close the shield. I leave the brush in there and just hit OK. And then the second time around, it's just going to touch off just to make sure that you put the key in the correct depth. And now it'll start cutting again, and I'll be back with you. Alright, so here we are in our 11 Equinox. To program this, insert the original, turn it on, security's right there. Security goes off. Turn this key off, take the new key, which I'll show you is not programmed. Key in, key on, security on, security off. Turn this key off, and now it programs the remote. That's that one. That's his original. And now this new one starts the car perfect. And as easy as that, we are done with those keys right there.
Alright, so the Veracruz was exactly like I figured it was going to be. That was, you know, there's no power in the door lock switch on the lock side of the truck. I mean, it's obviously something more than a remote, but you know, that's what the diagnosis that they came up with for the you know, was the remote. I mean, I knew it wasn't that. The mechanic knew it wasn't that, but he wasn't going to pay the dealer price on the thing. But anyway, that's done. The cops are everywhere tonight. The Equinox is done. Everything is finished up. I'm headed home for the night. It's 5 o'clock. I appreciate you guys watching, and don't forget that thumbs up.